All right, cool. So basically, this is a trade recap for March 11th, Wednesday, 2026. I don't even want to make this video because it's kind of embarrassing. I literally did not follow my rules, had a terrible trading day, and super disappointed in myself. And this whole trade and the mistakes I made were eating at me the entire day. But I'm holding myself accountable still, even though I'm tired and upset and frustrated with the losses and slow progression. I'm still making the video, hold myself accountable. So when I do end up making it, I can look back and just see the mistakes I made and how I overcame them. But market analysis for today's trade, one break even, one loss. The break even I took wasn't a bad trade, but just a poor execution and a poor analysis on my part. And the loss I ended up taking was super preventable and probably the dumbest trade I've taken this month, just for no reason, just an impulse entry. With the 4 hour time frame, what do we see? What do we see? What do we see? We see pretty much nothing except a bunch of draws on liquidity, right? We have previously low, which is also the 4 hour tap gap on ES and NQ. We have the equal lows from yesterday, and just pretty much a bunch of accumulation. But then we also had London highs, Asia highs, previous day highs, and weekly highs. So we have draws on liquidity, very good draws on liquidity to both sides of the equation, right? And just from looking at this and identifying the draws on liquidity and seeing that we're in accumulation, right off the bat, what do we want to see? We want to see a manipulation for us to then get a reversal and to target the opposite side or opposite draws of liquidity. Moving on to the 1 hour time frame, that's when I was able to identify London highs, which are data highs from the CPI news candle, red folder, whatever you want to call it, that came out. And then we also had Asia highs. Now, London highs, that data highs, whatever you want to call it, inside the hourly gap for me was a high time from drawn liquidity. So I wanted to watch out and see how we react off of this if market opens and we take it out right away. This is high resistance drawn liquidity because it's a high inside of a high time from gap. And so more probable or more prone to reversing and showing reaction off that. But going to market open, yeah, pretty much we have steady inclination, steady incline towards data highs prior to market open, starting from 8:30 and pushing through to 9:30. Market open, you just push right through London highs, and at this point, I want to see if we can get a reversal and see how price is reacting from this manipulation leg. And I was leaning bearish, but the longer we hesitated to go lower, and since we did not show any displacement to the downside and showed a lot of resistance to the upside or resistance to the downside, what am I saying? Because we showed no displacement to the downside and a lot of resistance to going down, and we just generated liquidity, I was then looking for a long, and also to add to my long bias was the 50-minute gap over here that opened up. And so my bias at this point was, okay, we want to see price tap into the 15-minute gap, inverse the high side from the gap, get the reversal, and target Asia highs, which we edged off of this leg up from market open, right? And also on top of that, we were approaching 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. open, and we were looking to inverse this hourly gap rather than reject it. So everything is lining up. We have good confluences, and we have a good setup so far. Fortunately enough, we ended up tapping 15-minute gap, which is perfect because that was also into equilibrium and into a discount on the 15-minute and on the 5-minute. Clear to see we're in equilibrium. And so at this point, I was looking for the highest time frame reversal, and from the 5-minute, I went straight to the 3-minute, and notice that we have this 3-minute IPG, and I set that as my initial condition for the trade, right? So given if we don't inverse the 15-minute gap and reject it instead, take out the 3-minute gap, then we'll be entry to target Asia highs. Unfortunately, I did not. What do you call it? Price ended up running through the IFG. We got such a poor entry. We still took it because we had a good feeling that we were gonna take out these draws on liquidity as well. Market 10 a.m. ended up opening. We displaced to what I thought was going to be previously highs, but we ended up reversing. But that's no problem because I ended up going break even at that point. So that's the break even trade covered there. And then for some reason, I don't know why, but right off the bat, right after I took that trade, I took this stupid 1 minute IFVG after we tapped into a 1 minute IFVG, 1 minute fair value gap. There's this trade I ended up taking, which I'm absolutely disappointed in myself. There's literally no reason, no confluence. We're literally in 10 a.m. open volatility. We just took out Asia high and we formed a bearish SMT, and we're starting to reject this key level. So why the hell am I longing? This is what was eating at me the entire time. I have no idea what possessed me to take this trade. It goes against my bias. It goes against my trading style. It goes against all my good habits and good, we call it trading. I don't know, trading knowledge that I've accumulated. So I'm super disappointed in myself. Like it gets to a point where like you make dumb trades, and I just don't know why I can't explain why I take this trade. Literally straight to stop loss, like the trade on Friday or trade on Monday, whatever. No, trade on Monday, yeah. And so super disappointed. Throughout this past 6 weeks, we've been sizing up too, so I've been taking a huge hit on the account as well. But I don't even know. I mean, super disappointed in myself. I literally have no words other than that. And yeah, it just gets to a point when you're making progress, and then as soon as you start making progress, as soon as you start feeling good, you make these stupid trades because of your ego or whatever. And that's exactly what happened to me. And I just gotta look back and I have to prevent these things from happening again. And so that's the mistake I made. And reflecting on the trade I ended up taking, the 3 minute that turned out to be a break-even trade. After looking back at it later today, I ended up realizing that the best entry model would not have been the 3 minute IPG, but instead the 1 minute fair value gap after tapping into the 15-minute gap. And we can clearly see on the 1 minute time frame that we had a nice inversal of the 1 minute IFVG, clear displacement, faster than the entry model, and that trade would have clearly hit. P Blake took this, he journaled it. I watched the trade recap, and I had the same thought process going into the market open as him and seeing this trade form. But it's just unfortunate I couldn't see this, and I just gotta practice. Gotta practice and keep backtesting, journaling, and looking for the highest time frame reversal. Because like the past week and a half, I've been realizing that the highest time frame fair value gaps, even though they're high time frame and they're further away from the reversal, whether it be 50-minute rejection or like a liquidity sweep, those tend to get blown through, and the fair value gaps that are on the lower time frame are better indicators. And so I have to start journaling that, back testing to see if that's something I have to transition to. But either way, if I seen this 1 minute IFVG, I would have taken it, and it's as simple as that. I mean, it is what it is. We did end up getting break even, so I'm not too upset about that. But it's getting frustrating. But I have to realize that it's a learning opportunity. But that's pretty much concludes the trade recap for today. I don't know what else to journal, but yeah, as soon as we took out Asia highs, immediate rejection, and they ended up taking the drops on liquidity to the downside, which were these equal lows, and on ES ended up being the 4-hour untapped gap as well. And yeah, so going to market open tomorrow, we can expect either to see inversal of this 4-hour gap or rejection, and then an opportunity to seek out liquidity above being the previous day highs and the weekly highs. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, I really don't want to make this trade recap. I don't even know, but hold myself accountable. And it is what it is. Because when I make it, we're gonna look back to this. We're gonna be happy that we journaled everything, track the progress and the journey. And yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I'll see you guys tomorrow.